I'm sorry, I have to click on a million things every time I switch over to myself. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? That was good timing for the song to end. That worked well. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to come on here quickly and get this information out of the way and out to you. I know there are a few other channels that discuss like law enforcement and Justice Department and that kind of stuff. So hopefully some other channels can pick up some of this information if they have not already seen it. And we have a few other live streams that I'm wanting to do today. I do want to stream at least hopefully the vote that is happening regarding the possible impeachment of President Trump. They have a vote that's happening today. They had the really long debate, like 8 hours or something debate yesterday, and then they're supposed to have another debate today that's like 6 hours long, or they were hoping that it would be, and then they're going to have another vote. So I probably won't stream the whole debate again because, you know, it just ends up being the same thing. That's why I don't stream every single impeachment hearing. Like, it's important to pay attention to, but it gets a little monotonous. So I'll probably just do the vote, and then there is another committee hearing thing on education and labor regarding the future of work that we are going to be streaming. I believe it starts at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, I believe. That's already scheduled on our YouTube channel. So if I'm wrong about the time, just go look at that. In case you didn't know, when somebody schedules a live stream in advance, you can click the button that says set reminder, and that way you make sure that you get a notification when they go live. And if you're not getting any kind of notifications when people are going live, make sure that you are subscribed to the channels that you are watching. Sometimes YouTube will take you off the subscription. And also make sure that you're hitting the little bell next to the subscribe button, because that sometimes helps. So thank you all for joining us, and let's get into this information very quickly. Okie dokie. Let's switch to... Oh, that's not going to work. I don't have that set up yet. This will work just fine. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today is the Justice Department giving $62 million to support health and safety of law enforcement officers. So they have been giving out quite large sums recently to different states for, justice-y kinds of things. So this is just another thing that's going on. The Department of Justice's Office of Justice Programs today announced, this was released yesterday by the way, it has awarded funding totaling over $62 million to provide services designed to protect officers and improve overall public safety. OJP's Bureau of Justice Assistance and National Institute of Justice awarded grants to law enforcement departments, local jurisdictions and training, technical assistance, and research organizations throughout the United States. The Office of Justice Program stands proudly with the Attorney General and the President in our commitment to the 700,000 sworn law enforcement professionals who selflessly put their lives on the line to keep us all safe. Bulletproof vests, body-worn cameras, health and safety research. These resources will provide officers the training, equipment, and strategies needed to enable them to do their jobs effectively and keep them safe from harm. The FBI's official crime data for 2019 reflects a decrease in the number of law enforcement officers feloniously, I don't know how to say that, killed between 2018 and 2019. 43 killed through September 2018 and 32 killed as of September 30th, 2019. There was also a slight decrease in the number of law enforcement officers reported accidentally killed in 2019, which was 29, as compared to the same reporting period in 2018, which was 33. Still, there were almost 60,000 assaults against officers in 2018, according to the latest data available from the FBI. Nearly 23 million will support the training and implementation of law enforcement agencies' body-worn camera programs. Another 21 million will reimburse jurisdictions for up to 50% of the cost of body armor vests, while over 14.8 million will support law enforcement safety and wellness programs, research and services. In addition, over $3 million is allocated for research and evaluations of safety, health, and wellness priorities. And then a full list of the awards organized under specific grant programs and listed awareness by state is available right here. So if you are interested in all of the amounts of money that I was referring to that have been given out recently for similar things, then there is a link right there. And as always, the link to this press release can be found by going to our website, thedailygreens.org. Okay, so first of all, I want to address the things that it said that these amounts are going to be going towards. It said, let's see here, body-worn cameras, woo! I'm highlighting everything here. Body-worn camera programs and reimbursement for 50% of armored vests and law enforcement safety and wellness programs, researches, and services. So I'm going to switch back to where you can see me so I can get real with you guys for a second. So first I want to talk about just that. I have another press release that I'm going to go over. But those things listed, I feel I'm like, yes, I want my law enforcement to have, good health and wellness programs because I want the people that are protecting me to be healthy. They need to be, if they need to go chase a dude down, then they better be healthy enough to be able to do that, and they should definitely be getting good health care, as I personally feel like we should all be getting good health care. And the reimbursing states for the cost of body cams, I really like that because I have heard of quite a few states and cities talking about how they can't necessarily afford this or that, and kind of slacking on implementing some of those measures that are supposed to kind of keep law enforcement in line or supposed to help keep the public possibly safe, to put it nicely. They're a little bit hesitant to do that because it's a lot of money. So reimbursing them is definitely a good thing. I do wish, though, that they would have a higher amount going towards health and wellness and taking care of our officers and making sure that they are who they are supposed to be, that they are good individuals, that they're not suffering from undue mental strain from their jobs. I mean, being a law enforcement officer has to be kind of tricky and stuff. So I want to make sure that they are, top-notch, A-okay, not just physically, but also mentally. So I do wish that there was more money going towards that kind of thing versus, more body armor. And especially if there have been numbers of deaths going down, very possibly, due to, just a change in economic standing and whatnot in our country. You could also link it to that. But, I don't know. I guess I've said all I need to say about that. I try to say things in a polite or nice way so that multiple kinds of people can hopefully get some information from it. So if anybody is curious about my actual opinion more in depth than I will be willing to share that, but I don't want to go on and on about my opinion. But part of the reason why I'm a little hesitant to be over the moon about $62 million is because I keep seeing press releases like this coming out, where an Arkansas sheriff has been charged with assaulting 3 individuals in custody. Now, I'm just going to go over this one press release, and yes, this is just one press release, but as somebody that gets sent all of the Department of Justice press releases to them, I would caution people to be super happy about more money possibly being put in the hands of people that possibly aren't doing their job the way that they should. I'm trying to be very nice about this. Okay. So this indictment alleges that Bowen, age 49, who is charged with the 3 counts, used unreasonable force to punish pretrial detainees on 3 separate occasions. On September 14th, 2017, Bowen allegedly punched a detainee multiple times in the head and body while the detainee was handcuffed and shackled in the back of a police car. The indictment further alleges that on November 21st, 2018, Bowen pushed a detainee onto the floor and grabbed his hair or beard during the interrogation. 2 weeks later, on December 3rd, Bowen allegedly struck a detainee multiple times in the head while the detainee was shackled to a bench inside the Franklin County Jail and was not resisting. Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to hear my children in the background. Here comes one of them now. So, of course, they are innocent until proven guilty. But I see things like this happening a lot. I see press releases like that popping up quite a bit. And this is where I think that some extra training and some extra mental health checks and stuff like that would be very, very beneficial. Because where I live, I respect the law enforcement. Go, bud. Are you done with it? Go throw it away then. Sorry. Mom life. Okay, so the law enforcement officer is not supposed to be like the judge and the jury, right? They're supposed to do their job and arrest the person, try to figure out what's going on, try to de-escalate situations, and to, they're not doing their job correctly. And I have a lot of respect, that's what I was saying. I have a lot of respect for my local law enforcement. And it makes me a little bit sad to see law enforcement officers in general getting such a bad reputation when I know some that I respect a lot. And that could possibly have a lot to do with the kinds of things that these officers are having to deal with. So I am all for the extra money going towards, better training. Of course, is something that we all know needs to happen a lot, especially when it comes to law enforcement officers dealing with people with mental issues or emotional issues and addiction and things like that. They do need a lot better training. And so I'm all for that, and I'm, all for more body cams and less excuses for people to not be implementing them. Definitely. So it's good that more money is going towards that, but I think we're just going to have to see, if that actually, helps things. It seems like they are concentrating a lot on the safety of law enforcement. And I wish that they would be concentrating just as much on the safety of the people that are in their custody and in their care. Because as that indictment laid out, the people that this sheriff was accused of assaulting, they were pre-trial. I believe it said all of them were pre-trial. Let me look. One was in the back of the cop car, one was in interrogation, and one of them was shackled to a bench. So, not posing any threats. They had not been charged yet. I know it's got to be a hard job, but come on. So, in being concerned about this and looking at this a little bit, I said, okay, so they're talking about the statistics of what's happening to law enforcement officers. They're talking about the statistics of death for law enforcement officers going down over the past couple years. Okay, well, how does that compare to the death of people that come into contact with law enforcement officers? What is the statistic on that? Are we seeing that number go up while the other one is going down? If you catch my drift, because if you're the first one to pull a certain something, then you very well could probably be the person that survives the encounter, and the other person, which has not yet been even tried in a court, doesn't get a chance to do anything, do they? So I decided to see if I could find some statistics on, let me switch to my other view here again. Some statistics on law enforcement in general. So this is the Bureau of Justice Statistics. That is what BJS stands for, if you are unaware. So these are on statistics of use of force. Now, I'm not going to go deep into all of this because I have that other stream that I want to get prepared for. But if you look at the dates on these statistics, right here it says fielded by BJS in 1996, 1999, 2002, 2005, 2008, 2011, 2015. So for that, the most recent data is 2015. Arrest-related deaths from 2003 to 2012. That is the most recent data. Law Enforcement Management and Administration statistics. Most recent data ends in 2016. Survey of inmates in local jails. Most recent data, 2002. Supplementary homicide reports. It doesn't give a date, but it does say the FBI publishes data on justifiable homicides by a law enforcement officer each year through the annual publication Crime in the United States, CIUS. I'm going to have to look that up. And now my children are coming to see what's going on again. You want a banana? Go ahead. Oh, okay. Give one to your brother. I'm sorry. All right, so you can see here that the data for that is not very recent. So it's kind of impossible for me as an independent journalist to go, okay, so, he's running down the hallway happy about his banana, if you heard that in the background. It's hard for me as an independent journalist to be like, oh, well, they're skewing the numbers and they're doing this and that because they don't even have the same recent data, for people that are in the care of these law enforcement officers to be able to compare it to. I thought that was very, very interesting. They have very up-to-date information from even 2019 on the deaths of law enforcement officers, but they don't have the same even survey of inmates in jail. So I think that kind of shows where their priorities lie, just saying. So if you want to take this information and go make a video on it, I more than encourage you to. In fact, please do. That is the whole reason why I did this stream, because I know that there are other people that are a lot more involved in all of this, that know all of this way more in depth than I do. So please go share the information so we can try to get it out here, because 62 million is a lot, but that is not, I don't think that's even the highest awarded grant that has come out recently. There have been a lot of big monies awarded to different states. So, good things to be aware of. Alright, I am going to get off here now. That's pretty much what I wanted to go over, and I'm going to get the other stream set up for, what was it? The future of work. I believe that they are going to be discussing things like possibly UBI, which is Universal Basic Income. It is an idea, a policy, whatever, that a lot of liberal politicians have talked about. Like I think Andrew Yang is really about the UBI, which all it is pretty much just what it sounds like. It's like everybody is entitled to this certain amount of income, and in their justification of it, or why they think it would be a good idea, is because AI is, of course, taking over a lot, and how many jobs are going to be left here within the next 10 years. So then what are people going to do for work? So they'll probably be discussing that, and they'll probably also be discussing along with that AI's role in current occupation and jobs. They have been talking quite a bit about that on hearings recently. I'm sorry that my lighting is going all crazy. And, well, they'll probably talk about, like, economics and stuff, too. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll talk about the Fed some. That's always fun when they do that. It's always good for a laugh. So we're going to have that stream going on, and I am going to try to stream the vote that happens regarding the impeachment with Donald Trump. Not the whole debate like I did yesterday. I'm not doing that again. That was just too much. but I am going to try to stream the vote. So that might just be a stream that pops up somewhere. So if you want to be notified when we go live with that, make sure that you are subscribed and hit the little bell notification guy, and that should hopefully notify you when we go live. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And as always, all of the information that I used here can be found on our website, thedailygreens.org. It's in a blog post on our homepage thing. You just scroll on down and you will see it. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day. Let's put on some more Christmas music.